Skilled at something doesn't make it a hobby.
Here's to a life where the drinks keep flowing and the Mora keeps rolling.
Hey, Anefa. Sorry to keep you waiting.
That is perfectly all right. My data indicates clear skies in the coming days. Current conditions for maritime travel, optimal. I'll be ready whenever you are.
But are we really gonna set off without telling anyone again? Funny you mention it. You'll never guess who Paimon saw on the way over.
Hey! You didn't seriously think we'd let you leave without a farewell party, did you? No chance.
Yeah, come on, Traveler. We've already made all the preparations. And most importantly, how dare you try and slip away without first paying your respects to the almighty Dragon Lord!
A little bird told us you'd soon be leaving for Nod-Krai. So, we asked Paimon to give us a heads up before the date of your departure.
You sure it's not time to think about changing that little habit of ours?
Don't worry, we won't keep you long. Besides, everyone's there already. Chaska, Ian-san, Auroron, even the Pyro Archon herself.
You're invited too, Anefa. Shilonen has a special gift for you.
Accompaniment request accepted. Shilonen demonstrates excellent massage technique. My impression of her is exceedingly positive.
Wait, so robots like massages too? Or is it just that Shilonen really knows how you're wired?
Alright, enough with the chit-chat. Let's head to the venue.
Woohoo! Party time!
Spit it out then.
They've set off.
Just as my calculations projected. About time I met this variable in person.
You know, every time we head to a new nation, there's always a point where it suddenly dawns on Paimon. This is it. The next chapter of our adventure has begun. This time, it was the moment she realized she just polished off the very last of her Saurus crackers. Should have stocked up better at the farewell party.
In other words, Paimon has marked the geographic coordinates from 2 minutes and 40 seconds ago as the boundary between Natlan and Nod-Krai. This deviates somewhat from the official coordinates stored in my database.
Paimon meant more in terms of how it felt on a psychological level. Anyway, what about you, Traveler? When did it really sink in for you? Huh, that actually kind of makes sense. What about you, Anefa? Come to think of it, maybe we should be asking the other way round. So, when you came over to Natland, what was the moment you felt like you'd left Nod-Krai?
In that case, probably when my sensors could no longer detect the moon's power.
The moon? You mean, that one we can all see in the sky?
Negative. I was referring to... Huh? Here we are. Paimon, Traveler, we have arrived in Nod-Krai.
Oh, wow!
Paimon, Traveler, welcome to Nod-Krai.
That must be Nasha Town up ahead! That's the place you were telling us about on the way over, right?
That is correct, Paimon. It is also the most bustling commercial hub in all of Nod-Krai.
Oh! Sounds like the perfect place to start trying out all the local specialties! Huh? Is something up, Traveler?
Paimon, this is where our spaceship landed when Ether and I first arrived in Teyvat.
Huh? Are you sure? But how come you've never mentioned that before? Seems pretty important to Paimon.
Well, because those memories are really hazy. All I remember is Ether waking me up and us leaving the ship. But just now, setting foot on this land, I felt something. The kind of power I sensed in those moments.
Are you referring to Kuvaki?
Kuva, what now?
The locals refer to it as Kuvaki. It is a unique elemental force found only in Nod-Krai, or rather, a pure, primordial form of elemental energy. That is correct. Another similar concept I have found in my database is the primordial sea. Legend has it that long, long ago, the moon that shines in the sky above us once rose from the land of Nod-Krai. Modern geological surveys and meteorite studies conducted in the region have since supported this claim.
So, when you mentioned being able to detect the moon's power earlier, you were referring to Kuvaki? Wait, Traveler, you're saying we might actually find your spaceship here? Do you still remember?
Nod-Krai is surrounded by the ocean. In other words, it could have been anywhere along its coastline. Negative. Description still lacks sufficient detail to pinpoint target location.
Hey, it's okay if you can't remember everything right away. After all, it's been a really long time. Let's just do what we've always done and keep searching as we explore. Besides, what have you got to fear with your sidekick Paimon still here?
I'd be more than happy to help you out as well.
Our pleasure. Anyway, just knowing that your spaceship's here in Nod-Krai surely counts as a big step forward, huh?
Like we've crossed another boundary?
Paimon couldn't have put it better herself. You sure are a quick learner, Inefa. Well, as the best guide in the whole Nod-Krai, here we come! to Paimon, if we were looking to put out a missing spaceship commission, or to learn more about Nod-Krai, wouldn't it make sense to drop by the Adventurers Guild?
The guild is located in Nasha Town. Simply follow this road and you'll reach it.
Huh? What in Tavad is that? Looks kinda like a Sealy floating.
That is a kuhenki, a species unique to the land of Nod-Krai.
A Kuhenki? Does she have something to do with the moon, too?
Indeed it does. According to the Frost Moon Scions, the indigenous inhabitants of this land, the kuhenki, are said to be familiars of the moon goddess, leading those who walk in the moonlight's glow to things of great importance.
The moon goddess? Don't all people here worship the Tsaritsa?
Although Nod-Krai lies on Snezhnaya's border regions, the people here have held their own unique beliefs since time immemorial. As I mentioned, the beliefs of the Frostmoon Scions seem to date back to the civilization of the angels. According to the documents in my database, even the 7 Archons did not exist at that time.
Wow! So the origin of their beliefs goes back even further than the Archon War?
Correct. At some point, you may come across some statues of their goddess. The Frostmoon Scions carved these as well.
Hey! Looks like she's floating away!
I suggest you follow her. The probability of an ordinary person encountering a kuhenki lies in the single digits.
Is this a travel guide? Huh. It actually led us to something useful.
Are there any particular points of interest?
Oh, it all looks pretty interesting to Paimon. If we...
Recalibrating route. If we keep following the current path, we will arrive at an area of scenic beauty. From there, we will be able to identify both the adventure.
Yikes! Why is Paimon suddenly getting the feeling that if she doesn't step it up soon, enough is gonna put her out of a job?
Return to the skies!
Wow! Nasha Town actually looks pretty big from here.
Which aspects in particular deviated from your expectations?
Well, Paimon keeps hearing people describe Nod-Krai as an adventurer's paradise. So,
According to legend, there was indeed an era of peace in Nod-Krai's past, the age of the Fae. Tales of those ancient heroes are still told today. One of the most well-known is that of the Lantern Fae. This individual performed many good deeds for Nod-Krai. The present-day Lightkeeper's nightly lantern patrols are, in part, a tribute to their memory. But then, one day,
what happened?
there came a devastating abyssal calamity that swept across Nod-Krai, and for a time it was left desolate. Heartbroken by what had become of the land they had so cherished, that Fae extinguished their light. Nowadays, the paradise people speak of is more of an aspiration, or an irony, perhaps.
An irony?
Today, no official authority governs Nod-Krai. In theory, at least, it is somewhere a person can do whatever they... The Adventurers Guild is just over there, in Nasha Town's Central Plaza, and the flagship tavern is over that way.
Hey, what's that building over there? You know, the biggest
That is Aino's Boom and Blast Kuvaki energy cannon. It gets activated when the wild hunt threat level outside Nasha Town, but according to the scan I just ran, the energy cannon appears to be malfunctioning, likely due to a recent...
The wild hunt? Isn't that the abyssal calamity you mentioned that's specific to Nod-Krai?
It is a phenomenon that has been occurring for several centuries now. Yet the time and location of wild hunt attacks are seemingly random. At first, it was more of an old wives' tale. If you don't start behaving, kid, some night, the wild hunt's gonna come for you. Listen, do you hear that? That weeping in the fog? Those are the...
You're saying people actually hear things like that?
I have not witnessed enough wild hunt attacks to give a statistically sound answer. But the oldest legends say that all people saw was the ghostly shadow of a woman in the mist. It wasn't until later that it became a full-blown calamity.
Huh. When you put it like that, Paimon's really...
Absolutely. Aino is very impressive indeed. Anyway, according to my schedule, it is time I took you over to the flagship.
Oh, sure. After all, we shouldn't keep Barca waiting. Well, Paimon's not sure if he'll actually show up at the bar this early. You're right about that.
Take me up!
Adventurers Guild? Why isn't anyone here? Does that mean that Catherine and Nod-Krai actually gets to clock out? Anyway, let's come back later.
This land holds nothing but promise for adventurers from all walks of life.
I better get me some alpacas. Once they call everything a horse nest,
Is it too much to carry? Here, let me help.
If the kids come over again today, I think I'll give them these toys.
Rise like smoke! Watch out! Huh. Watch out!
Surely, it is the Moon Maiden's guidance that brought you here.
You're not here looking for work, are you? Heed my words and get out while you still can.
Here we are, the flagship.
Varka told us to meet him here in his letter, right?
No matches, I identified.
Huh. So he isn't here after all. Oh, guess we never did actually say. Hey, why don't we go ask the owner? If what they say is true, Varka's drinking prowess must have left quite the impression.
Well, well. If it isn't the ineffable
Hello there, Demyon.
You know each other?
Of course! Inefa's a regular here at the flagship.
So, robots are into booze too?
Not at all. The energy conversion efficiency of alcoholic drinks is very low, and most of them are full of impurities. Still, I can affirm that your berries and fried meat deserve a solid 9.12 out of 10.
Funny that you should mention that. While you were away in Natlan, Varka would come in here every day to pick up a serving of berries and fried meat for.
Aww. He must have been worried sick that she wasn't eating properly
Actually, it's 'cause Varka found out that Aino went wild after Inefa left, gorging herself on snacks she normally couldn't get her hands on. So it was more. I think I might have just put my foot in it. Anyway, since you're back from Natlan, these two must be the ones Varka mentioned. The travel.
Yep, that's us. So, from the sounds of it, you must be a close friend of Varka's too.
Varka? Goes without saying. After all, he's the only one around here who's ever managed to stay.
Paimon can't believe he's made such a name for himself.
Right now? Must be somewhere near Anvantinyarvi. That's.
Huh? Where's that?
It's a lake in the northern part of Nod-Krai. Word reached him of trouble brewing around those parts, so he took his knights to check it out.
Oh. So, we missed him?
Varka knew you'd say that. So he specifically told me to make sure you stayed here and enjoyed yourselves. He sends his assurances that everything's under control.
Well, if he's that confident, guess our only option is to accept. Anyway, it's not like there's any special.
Exactly. Plus, not only has he booked you into our finest room.
Whoa! It's so generous of him! We might not have met yet, but Paimon's got a feel.
Oh, and by the way, he also asked me to serve up a portion of berries and fried meat for Inefa. That was prepaid as well.
Thank you.
No, thank you. I'm the one who should be.
Traveler, Paimon, why don't you go ahead and drop off your luggage? I can use this time to go pick up some.
Sure thing. Besides, now that we've got ourselves a map, once we're done unpacking, we might as well go.
Oh. So you no longer require navigational assistance?
No worries, we should be fine. We've got a rough idea of our way around town, so Paimon's reasonably confident we shouldn't get too.
Thank you. This translates into an approximate time saving of 30%, meaning I will be able to see Aino about 45 minutes.
Oh, right. You must miss her a lot, too. In that case, we better get a move on.
It's so noisy here. Back in my day.
Feels pretty nice having someone sort out our food and lodging for us, huh? But is this really the flagship's best room? It's pretty big, make no mistake, but you mean it's got something to do with Nod-Krai's history? Oh, that makes sense. But what? Oh, should we try the berries and fried meat too? Paimon's getting... Oh! Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't watching where she was going.
Please, there's no need to apologize. If anything, I'm the one who should...
Wait a sec. Are you staying in the room next to ours?
Ah, quite the perceptive one, I see. First things first. Allow me to introduce myself.
Whoa! That's... an impressively long name for sure.
Ah, is that so? Names like mine ought to have been fairly common in Snezhnaya. At least...
Yep, you sure would be. Paimon is Paimon, and this...
What a rare honor it is to meet such worldly travelers.
Are you here for travel too?
If only I had the time to spare.
Oh, so you're here for business?
That's certainly one way to put it. I'm a Ratnik of Nod-Krai, normally stationed near the burial grounds to the north. My...
Burial grounds?
Your surprise is entirely understandable. Most people cannot even begin to fathom the idea of a life surrounded by tombstones. But if you've heard of the calamitous abomination that is the Wild Hunt, you'll know that in their wake they bring a host of souls tainted by abyssal filth.
Oh, so it's all about fighting against the abyss.
I thank you for your concern. But in truth, I've long since grown used to it. In fact, I like to think it rather suits me. If anything, I'd say I prefer...
Paimon sort of gets it now. But even so, she's still pretty sure she could never get used to living in a graveyard herself. For one thing, she'd be too scared to fall asleep at night.
Oh, I assure you, there's no need to worry on that account. The kind of ghosts you find in cemeteries aren't too big. Well, would you look at that? Who'd have thought we'd end up chatting this long? Forgive me, but I must excuse myself, for the time of my appointment draws near. And in terms I'm sure you'll understand.
Oh, sure. In that case, you go right ahead. We won't keep you in...
Not at all. Should the opportunity present itself, I'd gladly continue our conversation another time. You're always welcome to come visit my grave. I mean, the grave I stand watch over. Your visit would bring much-needed light to the...
Right.
Then allow me to wish you a traditional Ratnik's farewell. See you by the graveside.
Ugh. Jeez. What a weirdo. Not to badmouth him at all. In fact, he seemed pretty cultured, but at the same time... His lantern? No, not really. Huh. Guess you've always had a nose for stuff like this. If you're worried, you can always ask him the next time we cross paths. Hey, don't you start spouting all that weird stuff too. Try out the berries and fried meat? But now, heading all the way back to the flagship feels like such a waste.
Please, accept today's boon. Come night or day, may the blessings of the moon goddess shine down upon you.
Huh? What's going on over there? Wait, free food? Wow, the people here are so nice! Quick, let's grab some too. Paimon's super curious what their food tastes like.
Moonlight illuminates the path before you, travelers from afar.
Huh? How'd you know we were travelers?
Just now were a song the birds in the sky, singing of your wanderings. You
The birds and the... What?
forgive me. I should not have laid the words of others out as a welcome mat for our very first meeting. You too. I am Lauma, moon chanter of the Frost Moon Scions. Please, as do our followers and other
Happy to oblige. Paimon's name is Paimon, and this here is the Traveler. Thanks so much for sharing your yummy food with us.
Think nothing of it. These fruits were the finest we found, delicacies gathered in the wake of the morning dew.
The finest you found? Wow! That sure is kind of you, but wouldn't you want to keep those for yourselves?
The first fruit of the harvest must be placed upon the moonlight altar, not as an offering to the gods, but as a spark for lost hunters. For it is as perhaps you have already heard, we Frost Moon Scions revere and worship the moon goddess. And now, with tides of haughty Fatui swarming into Nod-Krai, driven...
Look who it is again. Those unsufferably kind-hearted Frost Moon Scions.
That's right! 2 servings each!
The Fatui! After what you've been doing to our sacred statues, how dare you even show your—
Wilhelmina, bestow today's boon.
You hear that? No slacking now. We'll have the very best you—
But, my lady, they—
Please, you two, accept this meal. But remember this.
Come again?
Let me finish. But should they still refuse to follow the moonlit path, then by our—
You!
Hey, look who—
Whatever. Just you wait. We'll be coming for you next. Huh? Where's the meat? Who wants to eat this garbage?
Those stooges really are the worst.
Ever since they came to Nod-Krai with all their weird equipment and built that so-called experiment—
Judging from how they reacted just now, it seems the Fatui already know who you are.
Well, we have gotten in their way in pretty much every nation we visited, so we're probably at the top of their blacklist by now.
I see. Then, on behalf of the Frost Moon Scions, because if they had gotten ahead of themselves just now, I'm sure you would have stepped in to help. Just as the birds and beasts put it, your arrival heralds joy to us all. You will always be welcome at the Frost Moon Enclave. May we meet again in the moon's gentle glow.
These are delicious! Looks like Ineva isn't done with her shopping yet. And the adventurers, good idea! Wouldn't want to let the Kuhenki down after all. Let's see. Okay. This is Nuts and Nuts. It's mostly a fruit shop, but there's a... This is the Speranza, one of the travel guide's recommended restaurants. This is the Vesnitsi Prolejit Greenhouse. Apparently, their flowers are all made. And this is the Rossum Workshop. If you ever need a weapon made. And over here, they've got a super tall observation deck. Whoa! Take a look at that! That way's north, and that looks like something built by the Fatui? And then over there to the west, that must be the place Lauma mentioned, where the Frost Moon Scions live. So, what'd you think? Even if Ineva kinda stole her limelight earlier, this just goes to prove that Paimon's own tour guide. She sure is! It'd take hundreds of years of practice to beat the best tour— Huh? Look! There must be someone at the Adventurers Guild now! There's already a line forming outside! Looks like we'll finally be able to ask about your spaceship! Oh, or was there anywhere else you wanted to stop by first? Where? Which one are you— Oh, now you mention it, Paimon's noticed it too. Anyway, where we go first is completely up to you. Either the Adventurers Guild, Or that suspicious-looking shop?
Incoming!
Probably ask someone else.
Lucky us! The line seems to be gone now. Come on, let's go say hi to Catherine. Hey, Catherine, we meet again.
How ridiculous.
Huh?
They often say that mortals, shackled by their own flesh and blood, may fail to perceive the truth of this world, even when it is right beneath their very noses.
Yeah, but Paimon must have gotten the wrong person. At second glance, you do seem a bit younger than Catherine.
A creator might forgive ignorance, but being mistaken for one of my own creations is beyond all pardon. Look very closely, for standing before you is none other than Marionette, 7th of the Fatui Harbingers.
A Harbinger?
Today's encounter is merely a courtesy call. A friendly warning. You interfered with my work once before, with that little robot. I let it slide. After all, it was nothing more than a distraction, a side project. But we are in Nod-Krai now. And as such, I strongly advise you not to stand in the Fatui's way. Otherwise, the next time we meet...
Oh, please. You've got some nerve coming out with barely veiled threats like that. You're the one—
Oh, perhaps you have misunderstood. Just because Nod-Krai lacks a ruler at present, that does not mean it should not be ruled.
Yeah, right. More like shady experiments, judging by your massive creepy research facility.
I've said what I came to say. What you do next, only you can decide. And, being the refined young lady that I am, I shall indulge you just this once. Ad Astra Abasask. Welcome to Nod-Krai, Dominion of the Fatui.
Ugh! Paimon's so mad right now! How can anyone so obviously see evil be so... But if a Fatui Harbinger is here to greet us in person, that can only mean one thing. We'll have to be extra careful from here on out. Hey! The real Catherine's back!
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. How may I help? I will do everything I can to assist you.
Oh, you're so much nicer to talk to, Catherine.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Incoming! Incoming! Boy, have I got a cool story for you! Ha!
Please, here you go. And if you ever need anything else, don't forget to make the great Lord Sangama Bay your first port of call.
Oh dear. So it is the real deal.
Of course it's the real deal. Everything you'll find here is 110% real, meaning every one of my deals is as real as a deal can... Wait a minute. Well, if it isn't my two most valued clients! And with no small thanks to your munificent patronage. Come, how could you just sneak into Nod-Krai like this without telling your dear Lord Sangama Bay? If I'd known earlier...
Thank the Archons we didn't tell you.
Oh, come now! You know as well as anyone how impeccably and conscientiously above board I...
Well, regardless of whether that's true or not, the main issue here is that we had no idea you had a branch in Nod-Krai.
A clever merchant always has a backup plan. Or two, or three up their sleeves. As the saying goes, a rabbit with many burrows fears not the hunter's arrows. Since you're both here in Nod-Krai, would you care for some of my finest local souvenirs? Whatever you're looking for, I have it.
We literally just arrived. Do we look like we're on the hunt for tourist trinkets to take?
My, your high-minded tastes never cease to impress. In that case, I know just the thing.
What's that?
Your information, of course. Information about Nod-Krai, locked securely in the otherwise impenetrable vaults of the Lord Sangama Bay's brilliant mind. I knew it! I just knew you'd appreciate the value of my wares.
Wow! You sure are feeling uncharacteristically...
What do you mean by uncharacteristically? I am the most generous. The moment I set up shop in Nod-Krai, it struck me how many different factions there were, all competing against each other. Things got even more turbulent after the Fatui pulled down two ancient moon's remnants. People began to catch a whiff of the coming chaos. And the more troubled the waters, the greater the potential.
Not at all sorry to interrupt, but we're not here for Mora.
Oh, really? But surely it was the tales of an adventurer's parrot. In that case, what would you like to know about? Everyone knows they're here for the ancient moon's remnants, but no one... Anyway, they've been acting mysterious enough. But if you ask me, that Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau... Oh, I almost listened to my advice. Do not, under any circumstance...
The Curatorium of Secrets?
Just a place that handles all kinds of disputes. But the owner will charge you an absolute fortune, and she has a temper to match. Nothing like your friendly neighborhood.
You're not just saying that to stop your competition from undercutting you, right?
When did that little pipsqueak get so sharp? And after I gave them all that info for free, what do you mean? Of course not. I'm only thinking about your wallet. I mean,
You're really not convincing anyone, you know.
all right. Business is a cutthroat, but I'm not lying about that boss lady. Not only did she make it into my top 3 people not to mess with in Nod-Krai, she's also in my top 3 people most eager to trade in favors.
Seriously? It feels like you're just bad-mouthing your rival now.
Fine. If you don't believe me, go see for yourselves. We might both be from Sumeru, but when you realize what I'm saying is true, don't say that good old Lord Sangama Bay did...